Make sure you treat everyone with a sense of service. Imagine why people go to 5-star hotels and will pay hundreds or thousands of dollars to stay at a hotel when they could stay somewhere much cheaper. It's because of the service. It's because of how they feel when they're there. Imagine the last time you were somewhere where you felt like you were getting great service. How did you feel? How did that make you feel about yourself? How did that make you feel about your surroundings? This is how we want to make our coworkers feel and our clients feel. You want to approach things with a sense of service. You want to approach things with an idea of delivering exceptional value because people will remember how you made them feel. So make sure you're doing what you can to treat people with a level and idea of service. Don't go past misunderstood words. Misunderstood words are the most common reason people don't understand something. Look, the reality is when a topic or subject gets very difficult, it's because you went past misunderstood words. Maybe in the moment it didn't seem like a big deal, you passed it, you thought you understood it, or the context provided some idea of what the word meant, but you really weren't sure. But you still continued on, and it didn't seem like that big of a deal, but those misunderstood words add up, and it's additional baggage. And eventually that baggage gets so heavy that you're not able to keep moving forward and you're not able to understand what it is that you're doing or the subject because you've got one or more misunderstood words. So if you run into a misunderstood word, make sure you look it up. Just use Google. Take a look at what the word means. Look at it in the context. Make sure it's fully clear in your mind about what it is that you're reading and what it is that you're doing. Because if you go past it, eventually you will get to the point where you don't understand it and you don't understand the subject and you don't understand what it is that you're doing. So make sure you don't go past misunderstood words. Deliver value. Price is only an issue in the absence of value. We can only lower the price to zero, but the amount of value we can deliver for a client is infinite. We want to make sure that we're delivering value to a client. Now, that does not mean that you do a bunch of things that are outside of the scope of the engagement or do things that we're not hired or retained to do. What that means is when you're doing work that we're hired to do, make sure you're doing it by delivering value to the client. Make sure your activities have a purpose. Make sure that you're doing them efficiently, effectively. Make sure you're communicating with the client so they know what's going on. That way the client understands what we're doing for them and they understand the value we're delivering, because many times clients do not understand the work we're doing. They don't understand the value that it provides. And all they see is the invoices on the back end. And we want to make sure that the clients not only understand what it is that we're doing by explaining that in our time entries, by being detailed about what you did and why you did it in your time entry and what benefit it provided to the client, but also we want to make sure that the client understands it on a basic level. We don't want to be super complex about it. We don't want to talk to them in legalese. We want to make things simple so they understand it, because they are going to then understand the value that we're providing for them.